Hello everyone, on this episode of Interviewing Plushtubers, our guest will be AwesomeMarioBros. How are you doing today, man?
Hey, I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. I guess on this episode of AMB Interviews AMB, we can start the first question, which is, let's get to the beginning of your channel. You know, you made your channel in summer of 2015 and have been uploading plush videos for a good while. So I gotta ask, did you have a channel before AwesomeMarioBros? And if you had to make a different kind of content instead of plush videos, what do you think you would be doing?
So, I did not have another channel before this one. AwesomeMarioBros was my first. I did go by a different name, though. I think my earliest name, was Mario Plush Guy 255. Yeah, and I changed it because I didn't like that name at all. And then I became AwesomeMarioBros 455, and then just straight to AwesomeMarioBros. So, this has been my channel. My only channel. Well, I mean, I have others now, but this has been my main channel for 8 years now, and honestly, I've loved doing these videos. It's great. And if I had to switch my content style, I would say that the next in line would be gaming videos, because I play video games in my free time. I enjoy it. It's really fun to do. So that's why I've been trying to get my gaming channel back up and running, because I love video games and I love making gaming content too, so I'm trying my best to get that up too.
Alright, well, yeah, I've seen you make your AMB games videos, you know, on that channel, you know, with your friends and stuff, VR chat and other types of things, so yeah, I think that answer makes sense. Well, yeah, obviously your characters don't all act the same and don't all sound the same and have distinct, you know, voices, personalities, traits, and, you know, etc. How do you come up with all the voices and characteristics for your characters, and do you have any plans to introduce new characters like what you did fairly recently with introducing Mr. Kitty and stuff?
So, back when I first started, I was new to all this, so it took a lot of time, but I basically looked at what other YouTubers were doing at this point. And back when I was still in my early days of YouTube, and I'm like, okay, I need to flesh out these characters more. So I came up with their set personalities. Mario is kind of the straight man. He's more serious. He takes things more seriously. Luigi's just the goofy. He's smart when he needs to be, but he's more goofy and laid back than Mario is. Junior's just your average little kid, and Bowser is just typical Junior's dad, and then obviously you got Junior's grandpa, where he's just an insane old man. But coming up with their voices, I kind of just messed around with them and thinking what voice would suit these characters best, and some voices were inspired by other YouTubers who use the same characters. I remember one specific one was Luigi. I didn't voice him at first in my videos, but then I eventually took over, and his voice changed over the course of me voicing him. I remember it used to just be my regular voice with a slight accent, but now I made him sound more goofy. So I think all the voices and personalities I have now for the characters fit them really well.
Yeah, and about the second question, do you have plans to introduce new characters in the future?
Oh, my bad. I have, yes. I do. I have a video in mind that I've been trying to flesh out for a while. It's gonna take a little while to make, because it's gonna maybe add a little bit to the AMB lore. So, there's some characters that I do plan on introducing sometime soon. Most people will probably like it. I know. I think it'll be cool.
All right. Well, I'm glad you like this idea, that you think people will like it. Obviously, it's good to have something that fans like. But obviously, you've made a good amount of videos. Some, were a while ago, and aren't that similar to your modern day content. Have differences, and but they still got a lot of views and, you know, are still up. What are your thoughts on that old content of yours in retrospect? And is there anything you wish you would have done differently in it?
Looking back at my old videos, I mean, I'm pretty sure the answer is the same for most people. My really older videos, I look back and I cringe. Some of them are rough to go back and watch, but ultimately they're the foundation of what made my channel what it is today. So, if I have to answer honestly, if I could go back and change anything about my old videos, I don't think I would, because like they have a certain charm to them. Like, yeah, looking back to me, like, they're cringy because I'm looking at myself when I was like 9, 10, 11 years old, just running around with my friends doing these goofy videos. But at the same time, that's kind of essentially what I'm still doing today, and I'm pretty sure the same goes for most other plush tubers. Obviously, there's like a serious side to it. Like, you gotta, like, now that like I'm older, I want to flesh out stories more. I want to make sure that character interactions are like, they have meaning. I want to make sure all that. But it started off with just me just having fun with friends doing these videos, and honestly, I think that was a really good starting point. I'm pretty sure it is the starting point for most people.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, I have some of my old videos that I'm definitely not very proud of, but, you know, they're cringy, but, you know, you make progress and you learn from your old stuff and you learn to make better videos, which I think is important. Yeah. Alright, well, I feel like fans might be curious about this, but you posted 20 videos in 2023, which isn't, you know, bad, but it is less than some previous years, and you took a few longer breaks. What would you say was the reason for this, and what are your content creation plans in 2024?
So the main reason for taking a lot of breaks is this: I'm in my senior year of high school, so I'm kind of on like a grind to do a lot of things. I'm trying to finish out my senior year. I'm trying to find I'm in the process of finding an actual job. I'm gonna do something related to the graphic design field, but that's unrelated really. On top of that, I'm also trying to get my driver's license. I do have a car already that was handed down to me by my dad, so I'm grateful for that. So and also just other like events that I can't really talk about happen this year. So 2023 was a little bit of a rough year for me, and content wise. So that's probably why I'd say I took a majority of breaks, because I've been really busy with stuff outside of videos. And my content plan for 2024, I want to try and get my upload schedule back on track. I graduate this year, so towards the middle of the year, I won't have school in the way. I will be working, but I'm gonna do my best to keep uploads more consistent than they were this year. I definitely don't think that 20 videos in the span of this year, like, it's not a bad number like you said, but I definitely think it should have been more.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I've had years where I've uploaded less, but yeah, 20 videos isn't terrible, but it's definitely, you know, some other years you have like 30 videos, you know, more and stuff, you know, it's been different years. But now obviously you're a creator who makes videos of plushies. Everyone knows that who is watching this at this point. And you've been on YouTube for, you know, over 8 years, so I feel like this should be asked. But do you have a favorite and least favorite part about making plush videos? And if so, what would those be?
My favorite part of doing plush videos is filming them. I love creating the stories. I love doing the voices and making up jokes. It's honestly my favorite. I love doing it all the time. My least favorite part? I don't know. I'd probably say some points in editing. Like, not like most points, but editing is definitely like the latter part of making a video. To me at least, it's more time consuming, which is evident because you gotta add music, effects, depending on what the video is. but I don't like hate it. It's just sometimes it can be a bit of a drag, or like sometimes if I'm like kind of lazy, I won't want to do it. But overall, making videos has honestly just been fun for me over the years. So those are my my most favorite and least favorite parts of it overall.
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously in the community, so yeah, that's probably, yeah, I mean, everyone I think has their most favorite and least favorite part about making videos, you know, being in the community and just other things like that. But yeah, I'd say you're probably say those are fair. Well, alright, in your journey as a content creator, have you ever had to experience moments of, you know, like doubting yourself and if you can make it and stuff, or grow, or times where you just didn't really feel motivated to make any content? And, you know, if you have, how did you overcome it, and how would you encourage people to do so as well?
I have. I remember I'm pretty sure it was early 2019, I'm pretty sure, my channel came to a complete standstill in terms of like views and subscribers. Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to. Yeah. So around there, my views had slowed down a lot. My subscribers also slowed down to practically nothing. I remember I was stuck at, I think it was 36,000 at the time. And I just kept going. There were times during that where I'm like, oh man, I'm not pulling in any views anymore. No one's really watching. So I don't know. Like, is this it for me? Like, I'm not sure what I should do. But around that time, I kept going because I did have many plushtubers friends that were pushing me forward, that were keeping me going, that were giving me encouragement. So I'm like, yeah, I can't give up. But also, just internally, I knew that I love making these videos. So even if I'm not pulling many views or subscribers, I'm still gonna make them for me. I enjoy doing the voices and the stories. I enjoy it a lot. So this wasn't gonna be the end. And eventually, it did pay off because 2020 hit, and we all know what happened in 2020. And my views and subscribers ended up popping off for a second time, and the next year I hit 100,000, and that's been my goal ever since I started YouTube. Hitting 100,000 subs, that's been my ultimate goal. So definitely, if you enjoy making the content, no matter what your stats are on YouTube, just keep doing what you love doing. Just keep going. Things may be rough, but you'll always make it out of the fog. Just keep at it, stay determined, and you can accomplish what you want.
Yeah, those are some good words, I'd say. Yeah, but how long did it take for you in general to, you know, start? Yeah, like in the beginning of 2020, that's when you started to, you know, really grow. Yeah. I mean, yeah, people were locked down, so it is what it is. Makes sense.
That helped. Yeah, that helped a lot of YouTubers, I'm pretty sure, because I mean, what else were people gonna do with their days other than just? So they couldn't really go outside, so stay inside, watch YouTube.
For real, that's what I was doing most of the time, and yet
That's also what I was doing.
Yes, and even started my channel and stuff. But yeah, well, okay, well, you started making content when you were a kid, and you have basically grown up making plush videos. How would you say your YouTube career has impacted your life and, you know, people around you, you know, like family and friends and stuff?
I'd say it impacted me in a pretty positive way. Ultimately, there were moments, since I started at a young age, I started when I was in elementary school, I'm pretty sure. There have been the fair share of people in middle school and high school that make fun of what I do. I used to let it get to me, but now I'm like, whatever. I'm doing what I want to do. That's all that really matters. I feel like everyone goes through that at some point. I know some of my YouTuber friends have. But you can't really let that stuff get you down. Ultimately, if it's what you want to do, then you should do it. Don't let other people, like, dictate what you do. Like, you do you, they do them. Don't let that impact you. But I think for the most part, I think that this channel honestly has impacted me in a very good way. I've made lots of lifelong friends due to this channel. I've picked up the skill and the admiration for storytelling and voice acting that I honestly wouldn't mind pursuing as a full-time career later down the line. So it's opened up a lot of doors for me in the future that I think I could definitely use.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, well, back in the day you used to tell people about your channel, or did they just, like, find it or something?
See, I would tell my closer friends, like my closer friends that I hung out with all the time, I would tell them, and then they would tell other people, despite me being, hey, maybe don't mention this, and they're like, I got you, and then they mention it to other people, and then they're like, oh, you have a YouTube channel? You play with dolls on the internet? You're weird. And I'm like, okay. Thanks. Cool. I'm gonna go back to making my plush videos now. You can stay there. I'm gonna go make my video.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess I don't know if I encourage people to tell their friends. I guess closer friends maybe, but it just depends on the situation, I suppose. But yeah, well, your channel is doing pretty well. People enjoy your content. It's growing. It's growing pretty quick, I'd say. You know, you're almost at 200K. So it feels right to ask, what are your goals for the future, and where do you see yourself and your YouTube career in 2 to 3 years?
I hope in 2024 I do hit 200K. That's my goal. That's my ultimate goal for this year. Later down the line, I'm not too sure, honestly. I haven't really planned ahead that much. I kind of just want to go with the flow and just see where it takes me. Like, keep making the videos because I enjoy doing it. So I don't really have a set goal in mind for the near future. I'm just gonna keep making the videos and see eventually where it goes.
Alright, well, that makes sense. Yeah, go get him to 200K, y'all. He deserves it. For all the years. Yeah, definitely. For all the years of work, I definitely say you deserve it. But, yeah. Well, I guess we can get to the 9th question, which is almost the last question. But, hold on. Yeah. Alright, well, people say most people would say that you are a big plush tuber. Most people would consider you that. You know, you have over 200K subs. No, not over, but under 200K subs. You're gonna have over 200K subs eventually. But a loyal fan base and, you know, a good amount of well-received videos. So I gotta ask, can the whole attention and just in general being at the top be sometimes a bit lonely or tiring, I guess?
There are sometimes, but a majority of my interactions with people honestly are very positive. Like my YouTube comments, I read them. Everyone's really positive there. I'll look at like Instagram DMs or like check like my Discord server, and a lot of everyone's really positive and they're really encouraging to me. Obviously I've had negative interactions before. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been through that. So there's never really been a moment where like that stuff really got to me. It's definitely been overwhelming at times because, well, at the time when I was younger, dealing with all this was a lot because I was young. I really didn't know what I was doing, but now that I'm older, I know how to manage it better. I know how to deal with it. But honestly, a majority of interactions that I've had with, let me say, my fans or friends or other like people around the community have been mainly positive, and I'm really grateful for everyone. I really am.
Alright, I see. Yeah, it's obviously nice that you can be able to do this. You know, you have, yeah, I can see you have a lot of, you know, plush tuber friends I'd see in your server, though. Your server's a bit, something's going on there. Something's going on with your channels and the servers, and, you know, it's, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's about it, but I don't know. Regardless, yeah, it's nice that you got so many friends, everyone that you've met, all these people. It's obviously great. I'd say this is a good part of the community, but in general, not a bad community. But, well, I guess we can get to the final question, which is, what would you say to any aspiring content creators that would like to be as popular as you?
What I would say to them is do your videos the way that you want to do them. I started out just making like 8 random videos a day in my bedroom with my Mario and Luigi dolls and just did the most random things around my house I can think of. But eventually you mature and you realize that you need to start fleshing stories out more and, you know, putting like some more creative effort into these things. But ultimately, do your videos the way that you want to. Don't let anyone tell you how to make your videos. If you want to take tips from other people, that's okay. A lot of people offer up tips for plush videos and stuff. I followed a couple of them myself, and I'd say it's worked out pretty well. So do your videos how you want to do them, and make sure that you have fun doing it. Because ultimately, if you're not having fun with the videos, they're, in my opinion, they won't turn out as good as if you actually enjoy making the content style that you enjoy making. So make sure that you just enjoy what you do and do it the way you want to. You and only you.
Some strong words there. Well, thanks for being on the show here at AMB. Do you have anything to say before we end the interview?
I'm not sure. Happy New Year! It's 2024 now. How about that?
Alright, everyone, the AMB-ness is real. See you later.